So is that good or bad?
I don't know. I'm not a weatherman, but it makes some crazy weather happen, though. I know that.
Hopefully I can, piece together a solid round tomorrow and no controversy.
Well, good luck in doing that.
Thank you.
Spoiler alert, there was controversy. Welcome back, Disc Golf Weirdos and caffeinated Disc Golf Weirdos alike. This is Double Shot Disc Golf News, and today we recap the Kansas City Wide Open. This week, we're going to start at the end. Cole Rodolin took down the tournament over a stacked lead card. Congrats to Cole for his third Pro Tour win. He celebrated by accepting a golden goose, because why not? And by shouting out my home state of Kansas for some reason. It was another weekend of controversy on the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour?
What I think about when I see a disc golf hole, especially here on the Pro Tour.
In round 2, Gannon Buhr was called for a time extension by the marshal on the card for throwing his disc into a bush and then trying to be careful not to move the bush as he got to his lie. I know players want bad shots to be punished, but I don't think that's what they meant. In Gannon's defense, as soon as he actually got to his disc, he pitched out. But in the marshal's defense, everybody online has been begging for more marshal intervention, right? But seriously, we get it. Being a marshal is a hard job. It's a serious job. Maybe it's time the Pro Tour takes a chance on two serious fellas who love disc golf and who don't have any trouble making tough calls or asking hard questions even when no one asks them to. The second controversy was that the final round was cut short by 9 holes again. Apparently, players were under the impression that even if bad weather delayed the round, they would have a chance to finish the round Sunday evening or even Monday morning. But on hole 7, they found out that the tournament would be over after hole 9. So everybody but Cole was understandably upset. You know you're doing something wrong when Calvin Heimberg, the embodiment of stoicism, is visibly upset. Anyway, for the future they might need to change the name of this event from the Kansas City Wide Open to the Kansas City Might Not Be Open. The Kansas City Wide closed on Sunday. You're my Chick-fil-A. You're my number one with a lemonade. Sorry, I can't do anything about these jokes. All I can do is read what's on the teleprompter. Some more MPO storylines. Before the tournament, Anthony Barella threw the first pitch at a Royals game. Unfortunately, out on the course, much like another team from Kansas City, AB had a little trouble when trying to take down the Eagles. And, speaking of Eagles, Eagle McMahon carded one of the only Eagles on hole 1. You tell me, which Eagle were you more surprised to see on DGN? Eagle or Eagles Eagle? Okay. That's a little mean. On day 2, we attended the tournament and followed friend of the program, Alden Harris's card. Yeah. Funny enough, Alden had his best finish of the year. Coincidence? Shout out to Alden and stay tuned for another interview with him coming later this week. Over in FPO, Evelina Salonen completed an 8-stroke comeback from chase card on Sunday to take the victory from her friend Hannah Blumroos. In round 2, there were once again 3 Finns on lead card. Unfortunately, after last week, our producers forbade us from making any more Finnish jokes. No more of that. We are done. That joke is over. Finito. This weekend, both Hannah and Evelina made some huge putts after struggling with their putts for many, many years. I wonder what that must feel like. Whatever. I'm happy for them. In other FPO news, Canadian friend of the show, Sophia Denica, climbed the leaderboards on her way to a 7th place finish and almost climbed a tree. And to close out the show, let's see what some of the players really thought of Kansas City Wide Open. Thank you for watching, and now enjoy multiple-time disc golfer and disc golf enjoyer on the streets of Kansas City.
Will you be willing to answer a couple questions for us?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Have you found Kansas City to be either wide or open?
I know my mouth's been wide open for some of this barbecue around town. It's some of the best ever, and a lot of good food.
It's pretty wide. Yeah, if you look at the state on the map, it's pretty wide.
It's a lot bigger than people think, so I would give it the wideness.
Yeah.
And the open is because there ain't no wind stopping that wind all the way to the dang Rocky Mountains. It goes all the way through the Great Plains, and the first trees it hits is Kansas City. So it's pretty open.
Yeah. So is that good or bad?
I don't know. I'm not a weatherman, but it makes some crazy weather happen, though. I know that.
Yep.
I went to a baseball game. The stadium was kind of wide. I was preparing for a lot of things. I was not preparing for that. It's open for sure. Like, it's not like, even when there's trees, it's not like a forest.
Yeah.
Wide, I haven't experienced that firsthand yet.
Hey, Sully, can we grab you for like 3 questions? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't want to take you away from any business. He's the cameraman. He's wilding. Okay. How have you found Kansas City to be either wide or open?
Let's go open. The holes out there a little bit more open than wide. Narrow fairways, so get the wide out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. They look pretty narrow to me as well.
Well, it's very wide, and it is open.
Yeah, wide open.
Wide open.
That's a question that's like above my English grade.
How have you found Kansas City to be either wide or open?
It's a strange question. Well, a lot of driving around, driving into the state, into the city, a lot of open grass fields. Well, the buildings are all connected. Then everything else is just like wide. Like there's nothing. They're not very tall at all. I don't know. Everything you can see everything here. The sky, the ground, the parking.
Yeah.
This guy yelling at everybody passing through. Yeah.
The wide fairways, and then there's some open holes. But unfortunately, I'm not hitting those. I'm hitting a lot of trees.
Anyone who knows the course thinks the name of the tournament might be a little misleading. How has Kansas been wide and open? It's windy every single day. I think that's got to be it right there.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, and it's because it's windy. I feel like there's nothing blocking the wind from ripping through the fairways. So yeah, it's a little wide open. I think whenever I think of the Kansas City wide open, I think wind.
Yeah, that's one thing we have here in Kansas is wind.
It seems to be pretty wide in like wide arms, like accepting. Because I went to a Chick-fil-A and they just were the nicest, most accepting Chick-fil-A I've ever been to. So shout out Chick-fil-A and Liberty. Yeah.
Let's go.
Pretty wide.
They have some hills here.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Nice.
Holly will take it.
I think someone's calling me. Let me see if it's my wife.
I know I'm not telling LeBron what to do.
Usually go like Texas Roadhouse, but I'm kind of feeling some like Red Robin maybe. I know it's kind of gone downhill a little bit recently, but maybe it's gonna re-spark that fire in me.
Okay, well I hope you get your fire tonight. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
All right, thank you.
Do they still do unlimited fries at Red Robin?
You got to get the waiters' attention because they're not going to come back and ask you for fries. You got to do it yourself.
But they do have that still.
I believe so.
Okay, I've been to Red Robin in a long time.